There are rules to using a Ouija board, and the reason this story exists is because no one followed the last one. In 1974, a family in Enfield, Illinois bought a farmhouse that had been vacant for nearly a decade. The previous owners had left everything behind: furniture, children toys, and even dishes, except for one thing that was sealed off in a kitchen drawer, which was a Ouija board. The mother had found it while she was cleaning. The board was water-stained, warped, and missing the box. No one had admitted to buying it. They assumed it belonged to the previous family. And that night, they begged to try it. They began asking the usual questions. Is anyone there? What is your name? And all of a sudden, the planchette began to move. Yes, Elijah was spelled out before their very eyes. Elijah claimed he was a child who had been unalived in that house. He said that he was lonely and that he wanted to play. And over the next week, things began to get a whole lot worse. The board began responding without questions, and at night it would spell words out on its own. Stay, don't close me. And when the parents decided to throw the board away, it was back in their home the next day, clean, dry, and warm. And that's when the youngest daughter stopped sleeping. She told her parents Elijah sat on her chest that night, that he smelled like dirt, that his mouth never moved when he talked. Doctors called it night terrors, but that's when the voices started. Neighbors reported hearing a man arguing with children inside the house, and sometimes late at night, when the parents weren't usually home. They had just purchased the house and money was pretty low, so they regularly took night shifts. And as things progressed, the family began finding messages carved into the walls. Not scratched, but pressed into the walls, as if something had pushed out the words from inside the house. And the words pressed in were, I am still here. A local priest was later called. He instructed the family to destroy the board and say goodbye. That same night they burned it in the backyard. And in that same night, the house shook so violently, neighbors called the police. Officers arrived to find every door and every window sealed from inside the house. The father was discovered in the living room, unresponsive. His eyes were open, and his mouth was frozen mid-word. The word was goodbye. The children were found upstairs, alive but catatonic. They never spoke again. Years later, during demolition, workers had uncovered something beneath the floorboard. A small grave. No coffin, no headstone, just a child-sized skeleton with his jaw forced open, and beneath him, pressed into dirt, a wooden planchette.